Hi, friends! Are we ready for this? I'm like a little worried. How are we sound-wise? I know this particular theme is like kinda loud. But I noticed in some of my past streams that the game sound actually seemed way quiet compared to me. Hey, Renegade! Welcome! Yeah, sadly, since we're in a new game, the gallery stuff is not opened up, so I can't change the theme yet. But I think when I start this one up, I am going to let the opening movie play, since it's a new one. We haven't seen this one yet. And then we'll dive in. And I actually need to look up a walkthrough. Hello, Tafter. Welcome. Bought a throw blanket to cling to during sad seas. Oh my god. I have made my now traditional matcha green tea to drink during this. That is the thing I've got to do to just help stay in character as Chizuru. Also, it's just tasty. Thank you for the follow, Tafter. Welcome. There we go. I found the guide I need. I think we're pretty much ready to start. Let me make sure I have this. There we go. I got the link to the Edo Blossoms one. I like all tea, to be quite honest. I'm only drinking green tea tonight because it's thematically appropriate to what we're doing. So, let us dive on in. We're just gonna sit here for a bit and let it play. And it'll move to the movie if we sit here for a little bit of time. Drink all the tea! Yatta! Alright, so... Well, you've got time to go get some tea before we begin, Tafter. So as before with our last attempt, we are gonna go for the good ending this time. And then we'll look at the bad ones, because I think I can load stuff that way. I'm not sure if this game has good endings. I promise you it does. Some of them are not strictly good, but... Oh my goodness, Tafter! My friend, you should sleep. I am happy to have you here, but you definitely should sleep or think about sleeping soon. And I should probably not drink my tea yet, because I think I might burn my mouth if I do. Here we go. I ain't gonna say nothing about what you saw in there. But hey, I told you there'd be smooching in this one, at least. Alright. Let's get into it. You're welcome, Grim. It could not get more anime? Yeah, well, you know. You know. Alright. This is interesting because you could technically, like, play this game and just not play the first one, but I don't know why you would. And you can just, like, choose the route. But, like, you miss all the good shit we had just went through, so... We're gonna go ahead and select Heisuke. Oh, look at our boy. Alright, so, as before, for those who have not been here, I will read the narration and I will read in character as Chizuru in English, and we will listen to the voiceover accordingly in Japanese. It's a little weird, but you probably get used to it. And yes, Heisuke is underrated. Sweet, sweet baby Heisuke.
Winter, 1864. In order to find my father with whom I'd lost contact, I, Chizuru Yukimura, visited Kyoto. In that city, I bore witness to a horrifying secret hidden within a group called the Shinsengumi. The Fury, a creature with white hair and crimson eyes. Luckily, I was saved from the vicious clutches of the Furies by members of the Shinsengumi. Because I had discovered the Shinsengumi's secrets, it was proposed that I live with the Shinsengumi men, since they were also searching for my father.
And I think I could fix the text scrolling, because that's going to drive me out of my goddamn mind. But we may have to wait until after this prologue bit.
I'd heard rumors, well, whispers really, that the Shinsengumi were little more than a bunch of crooked ronin, but my life with them proved otherwise. Their commitment to protect the safety of Kyoto made them the last of a dying breed. True samurai. It set them apart from those who only craved power. Amongst the men was Heisuke, who always seemed to have my back. Heisuke was the youngest captain, and he led the 8th Division. Since the two of us were closer in age than the other captains, we became quite close. However, in order to become a member of the Guardians of the Imperial Tomb, he had decided to leave the Shinsengumi. This faction, the Guardians of the Imperial Tomb, was led by a man named Kashitaro Ito. The Aburano Koji incident was spurred on by both the Satsuma domain and their demon affiliates, and Heisuke had suffered a life-threatening injury. Then he was forced to drink the water of life, transforming him into a fury. At the time, the fate of the shogunate was threatened by the Satsuma Joshu, which later culminated in an inevitable battle for control of the nation. Thus began the Battle of Toba Fushimi.
Heisuke figurines? I think there are some Shinsengumi figurines. They might be hard to find these days, though, because I think they came out when the game first came out, which was like 6 years ago. Or more, really. God, I don't know. This game's been around a while.
Heisuke served as a member of the Shinsengumi's Fury Corps during this campaign. But one thing became clear. He was more fury than man now. Unfortunately, the battle ended in favor of the Satsuma Choshu, and the Shinsengumi were driven from Kyoto. They set sail for Edo in hope of a new start.
An Okita figurine! Ah! I mean, Okita's like my fave. So, for reasons. Oh, hey, looky there. Oh man, that's pretty. There we go. Go to the settings real quick. Come on, text speed. There we go. We're gonna save. Okita in Western clothing. Aw. I like him better in his initial outfit, but Okita's cute no matter what.
After we had returned to Edo, the Shinsengumi had reconvened in a Hatamoto mansion, fashioning a new headquarters from the ashes of the old regime. These days, however, it was seldom that one of the captains would find themselves within its halls. Hijikata had been filling in as acting chief in Kondo's stead, the latter of whom had suffered a serious gunshot wound, so he often met with shogunate leaders. Okita's tuberculosis was scarcely improving, and so he was bedridden in the hope of recovering quickly. Nagakura and Harada were both often found taking new recruits out into the Edo nightlife, enticing them with alcohol and adventure before joining our ranks. Although everyone else had carved a niche for themselves in our new surroundings, the members of the Fury Corp were not so lucky. Rather, they were forced to remain within the compounds as a measure of safety for all of us. I had a feeling that such an order wouldn't sit well with them, and it was only a matter of time until their discontent manifested into something worse. I tried my best to keep from jumping to conclusions, but I had a lingering suspicion that the Fury Corp under Sun Nun's command was just biding their time. I had to wonder, was I imagining things? Or was this simply the calm before the inevitable storm? For now, the question was left unanswered.
How are we music versus voice, by the way? I have played all the routes in the original PSP game that we got out here. This is my first time through these versions of the game. So I have not played the routes for the newly added bachelors.
On one such day,
Yukimura-kun, 少々よろしいですか?
Sure, what is it? Sun Nun had snuck up on me, and in my surprise I muttered a timid answer.
確か君の家は江戸の外れにあるのでしたね。よろしければ私を案内してはくれませんか?
Yes, I'm happy Shinpachi got a route too. It always felt so weird in the original that he was not one of the options, because he was like the only captain that you didn't get to have a route with. It was very odd.
My house?
高堂さんは江戸にいた頃から幕府の密命で落ち水の研究を行っていたと聞きます。
Oh, that's weird, and the chat box isn't working. Oh no, it is, okay.
My overlay's been a little weird lately.
もしかすると君の家に羅刹に関する資料が隠してあるかもしれませんからね。
Oh, come to think of it, if this led to an opportunity to make progress with suppressing the bloodlust of the Furies, or even being able to reverse the effects entirely, then Heisuke would no longer have to suffer. But could I truly take Sun Nun's word for it? Ever since our return to Edo, he had been acting very conspicuously. My immediate reaction to his suggestion was to cautiously eye what his intentions may have been.
雪村君、どうしたのです?
Well, firstly, I need to get approval from Hijikata to exit the premises.
本人がここにいればすぐに確認を取るのですがね。土方君は連日の会議でなかなか屯所へ戻ってこないと聞いています。それに落ち水の毒を消す方法があるのなら一刻も早く手に入れたいでしょう。その方法を見つけ出せば東堂君を苦しみから解き放つことができるのですから。
Sanan's lips smacked as he raised a valid argument. Nothing would make me happier than being able to save Heisuke, as well as all of the others in the Fury Court from the pain of their condition. But I had to listen to my gut instinct, which in this moment was a reluctance to travel with Sanan alone.
どうかしましたか。悩むことではないと思いますが。
Oh, well,
江戸の街並みも4年前と随分変わっちまったからな。途中で迷っちまうんじゃねえかって不安がってるんだろう。
that voice.
だよな、千鶴。
Wow, that's new. Apparently, if you keep her name, they say it now.
Heisuke! Wait, when did you get here?
それはついさっきから。三男さんがやけに熱心に話してるから出て行きにくくてさ。
Heisuke took pleasure in ribbing his comrade, then turned and spoke with a more serious tone.
I didn't hear it. I kept her name the same, and they didn't use it.
つうことで、俺も一緒に行っていいか、三男さん。
君がですか。
俺、この間江戸に来た時、高堂さんの診療所を訪ねてるから道案内できるしさ。
I believe Heisuke was referring to his most recent trip to gather more recruits. He must have dropped by my house in search for any trace of father returning. What intrigued me was that his most recent trip hadn't taken place the other day as he suggested. Which led me to believe he said it only to convince Sanan of letting him join our trip.
なるほど。ではせっかくですし、ご案内願いましょうか。
おう、任せてくれよ。そんじゃ行こうぜ、千鶴。支度してこいよ。
Man, oh man. I feel like that was a lot of re-recording. Anarsis! Welcome! You basically just missed the recap, so you're good. We're in Edo now. We're gonna go check out Chizuru's house. And we have discovered that apparently they now say Chizuru's name out loud.
Okay. Thank you, Heisuke. Heisuke possessed a charming kindness that made it impossible for me not to smile in return. After discreetly making our way out of the compounds, we eventually traveled to the outskirts of Edo, where my father's clinic still stood, albeit quite decrepitly.
ここが高堂さんの診療所ですか。長らく人の出入りはない様子ですが。
How strange it is that such a familiar place to me can become so different in the span of years. The front of the house, at one point well kept and teeming with life, became dilapidated. Weeds sprouted through cracked stones underneath piles of dead leaves. Sorry for having you come along to this, Heisuke.
気にすんなって。羅刹に関することを調べるんなら、俺も無関係ってわけじゃねえしな。それに。
Heisuke's tone became hushed, and he made a subtle gesture in Sannan's direction with stern eyes. It seemed Heisuke shared my quiet suspicions about Sannan's motives in this expedition. Scattered around the house were dusty tomes that referenced Western studies, sketches of human bodies, glass bottles, and other colorful, mysterious vials. Father's study in particular contained tall stacks of documents and books, none seeming to follow any sense of organization. Cutting through the dust was a scent with which I used to be quite familiar, reminding me of my childhood when I would sneak into his study and receive a scolding.
何から調べりゃいいんだ？前に来た時もこの家の中は一通り調べてみたけど、今回は目的が違うしな。
You peeked around the house?
あ、どうした？
Does that mean you went looking through my room too?
いや、入ってねえよ。つうか、あの時はお前の部屋の場所なんて知らなかったし。
You sure about that?
本当だって。俺だって女の部屋に勝手に入ったりしねえよ。
二人ともふざけている場合ではありませんよ。もし羅刹に関する資料を見つけたら、そこに置いておいてください。私が目を通します。
ああ、わかった。
With that, the three of us tackled separate corners of the house in search of any clues we could use to learn more about the Water of Life or Furies. Amidst the frantic searching was the sound of pages flipping and rustling in these abandoned rooms. Strangely enough, I felt myself being taken back to the days when I'd lived with Father in this house. One of his habits was meticulously reading through his papers well into the twilight hours of each night. I had to wonder, where could Father be right now? Father. Just as the words escaped my lips.
千鶴、どうしたんだ?
Oh, Heisuke. Sorry, it's nothing. Have you found anything?
いや、それが全然。なんせここ本が多いからさ。
Looks like it. Say, where's Sannan?
あっちだ。
Heisuke's voice was a whisper as he signaled the direction Sannan had been in with his chin. Together, we silently observed Sannan in focus as he rapidly flipped through a thick, dust-coated pile of documents in the other room. I wonder if Sannan's found anything useful yet.
Yeah, we're just gonna sit here for a moment and appreciate that. Our good boy. You're welcome. Why you gotta stare like that at Sannan though? I know, right? What the heck, man?
そもそもあの人が何の目的でここに来るって言い出したのかもわからねえしな。
His real reasons. I was under the impression that he wanted to look for documents to help him better understand the nature of Furies and the Water of Life.
表向きはな。
Thank you for the follow, Lady Kadashing.
だけど、あの人がどこまで本当のことを言ってるかはわからねえ。 三男さんは同じように羅刹になったぐらいで本音を明かしてくれるような人じゃねえし。
I suddenly felt a sense of dread bubble in the pit of my stomach that compelled me to grab Heisuke's sleeve.
千鶴
Can we just all kind of briefly squee for a moment every time he says our goddamn name?
Oh, thank you, Lady Kanashing.
Welcome, welcome. We're all very thirsty in here for this adorable samurai boy, so I hope you came prepared.
This caught Heisuke by surprise, and he worriedly began to ask me what was wrong. I suppose he had developed an eye for noticing when things bothered me, so he wanted to console me.
平気だよ。何があってもお前のことは俺が守ってやるからさ。
Yeah. Somehow, just the act of him comforting me was enough to soothe some of my anxiety. I wonder how he was able to do so. Whenever I found myself in a bind with Heisuke, he had a knack for calming me down. Was this feeling... I caught myself in contemplation when... The sound of footsteps came from the other side of the door.
なんだ、誰の足音だ。まさか行動さんか。
Yeah, I straight up gotta get all them achievements, so I am gonna be playing this for a very long time. Probably on stream. I don't mind. It's one of my favorite games and has been for years. And this version of it is amazing. It's the smoochy feeling, chorizo! Yeah, in this household, for those that are new here, we affectionately refer to Chizuru as chorizo because...
物取りかもしれません。東堂君、戦いの支度を。
おわ、わかってる。
Both Heisuke and Sannan gripped the hilts of their swords in anticipation for this mysterious visitor, and the footsteps grew louder with each approaching step. Eventually, the door slid open. It was...
あら、おかしいわね。みんながここに来てるっておきくは言ってたんだけど、もしかして見間違いだったのかしら、それとも入れ違い？
That voice! It was Sen! Sen! What are you doing here?
あ、千鶴ちゃん、やっぱりここにいたのね。
Ah! She calls us Chizuru-chan! Doki doki.
そっちは確か東堂さんと三男さんだったかしら。
ああ、あの時は世話になったな。
君は確か鬼の姫と名乗っていた少女でしたか。
Not gonna lie, it feels like a little bit of a letdown that Sen doesn't also have a route somehow.
ここに一体何の用です？
あなた方に伝えなきゃいけないことがあるのよ。だけどその前に、千鶴ちゃん、あの後どうだった？風間に変なちょっかい出されてない？
This game could stand to be much gayer. I mean, yes. Yes. It is lacking in that arena.
Oh, yes. For now, at least, he hasn't bothered me since our arrival in Edo.
そう、それならよかったわ。意外と物分かりがいいのね、あいつ。
So, what brings you here?
あ、そうそう。実はね、おきくに調べてもらったのよ。西洋から渡ってきたあの忌まわしい薬、落ち水や羅刹のことをね。
Yeah, you may be right, Lady Kanishing. They probably assume that folks will play that game for the ladies. I haven't played that one. A route for Kyo. Oh man, like what would you even do with a route for Shiranui? He's such a psycho. I love him, but he's crazy and murderous.
The moment Sen brought up the serum, it seemed all of us became clenched tensely in the room.
なかなか興味深いお話を伺えそうですね。聞かせてもらいましょう。あの薬は一体何なのです？
Man, I wish my stupid Steam thing didn't auto turn on. I'm gonna fix that, I think, at the break. Lynn is correct. Having the option to just play Matchmaker would have been fantastic. Ah, okay. Yeah, Neptunia sounds very different.
落ち水はもともと私たちこの国の鬼とは似て非なる生き物。遠くフランスの地より渡来した西洋の鬼の生き地と言われているわ。
ってことは異国にもあんたらと同じ鬼の一族がいるってことか。
厳密には同じじゃないけどね。負った傷がすぐ治ったり、人をしのぐ体力や素早さを持ってるのは日の本の鬼と同じだけど、私たち鬼は日の光を意味嫌ったり、人の血を求めたりはしないもの。
So, you know, Sen is literally talking about quote-unquote demons in the Western world, aka vampires.
そして西洋の鬼は自分の血を人間に飲ませることで仲間を増やすことができるみたいね。
つまり羅刹が日の光に弱くて血に狂ったりするのは落ち水が失敗作だったからじゃなく、西洋の鬼がもともとそういう生き物だからなのか。
そういうことになるわ。
When Sen had first told me of demons, my reaction was not unlike how Heisuke's was in this moment. But what she had just described to us seemed like something else entirely. A fairy tale written and told in the interest of scaring young children. I saw them, though. The Furies. How many of them transformed right before me?
No, not furries, Furies.
Now their eyes became red once the thirst for blood began to consume every fiber of their being.
なるほど。実に興味深い。
Yeah, I've mentioned this before when we were playing through the Kyoto Winds, but there are certain words that they translate or like tried to pin a translation to that I wish they would have just left in Japanese. I don't think they needed to translate demon. They could have left it as Oni. They could have potentially left Fury as Rasetsu or just went with Rakshasa, which is what it's a corruption of anyway. But things you must be tricky about when translating for a Western audience. Not everybody's going to be a giant weeb like me.
つまり我々羅刹となった者の血を人間に飲ませればそのものを羅刹へと変えられるというわけですか。
うふ
ある意味あなた方鬼の一族よりも優れた生き物と言えるかもしれませんね。
No, Sanan, no. No, no. Sanan.
バカなことを言わないで。人間の体を無理やり私たち鬼と同等の生き物の体へと変えてしまっているのに、心だけ人のままでいられるはずがないでしょ。身の丈に合わない力の代償は高くつくわよ。
吸血衝動のことでしょう。それは無論存じていますよ。
それだけじゃないわ。あなた方もよく知っている通り、羅刹と化した者は鬼とほぼ同等の力、そして治癒力を得る。だけどその土台はあくまでも人間の体のままなのよ。
Yeah, I get that Sen's being really harsh and stuff with the reality to shut Sun on the fuck up, but look at our sad husband over here. And yeah, you're right, Lady Kadashing. You kind of unfortunately do have to assume that you're starting with folks who have zero knowledge of Japanese. It's the safer bet being the lowest common denominator.
何が言いたいのです。回りくどい物言いは感心しませんね。
生来の鬼と違い、人の脆弱な体では鬼が持つ強大な力に耐えられない。
I shall call you lady then.
Apologies if I've been mispronouncing the other half. Please correct me. I welcome it.
その代償はあなた方自身の寿命で払うことになる。
Well, that's a bomb she just dropped.
羅刹として力を振るうたび、あるいは傷を治癒するたび、あなた方の命はどんどん削られていくわ。
Kadashing. Oh, Kadash! I get it now.
Meanwhile, yes, Heisuke's bangs do kind of look like a maple leaf now that I look at it that way. And a narcissist is justifiably freaking out because this is horrible news.
What? I was slack-jawed. I found myself perplexed in trying to sift through the meaning of what Sen had said.
命をってことはまさか。
Suddenly it all clicked. If what Sen said was true, then borrowing time from their future selves meant... What does that mean for Heisuke and Sannan? Sen's shoulders shook as she was startled by my outburst. At first she gasped, hesitant to answer. Eventually,
幕府が行った実験では、力を使い切った羅刹は一人の例外もなく灰のように崩れて消えてしまったそうよ。
as Sen's revelation came to light, I was left speechless. No matter how many times I replayed the words in my mind, I struggled to grasp what they had meant. Turned to ash. Who could she have been referring to? Heisuke and Sannan? No. An icy shiver ran down the length of my spine.
なんだよそれ。 俺も三男さんももうじき死んじまうってことか。しかもただ死ぬんじゃなか灰になって消えちまうって。
信じられないのも無理はないけど、忠告だけはしておこうと思ったの。少しでも長く生きたいなら羅刹の力なんて使うべきじゃないわ。
ご忠告痛み入りますよ。
I found it rather peculiar that Sannan was stone-faced in response to Sen's warning. Maybe he was unconvinced, or even highly skeptical. His eyes thinned, scanning Sen from head to toe. After an awkward pause, Sen turned to face me.
このことについてはお菊に頼んでもう少し詳しく調べてもらうつもりだけど、みんなは今どこを拠点にしてるの？
For the moment, we have a rented mansion owned by one of the Hatamoto. I don't think it would be difficult to locate if you asked for directions for the Shinsengumi headquarters.
そう。それじゃあ何か分かったらそっちに知らせるわね。あなたももし私に何か用事があれば松本先生を通じて知らせてちょうだい。
Dr. Matsumoto? Are the two of you acquainted, Sen?
光道さんの行方を探している時に知り合ったのよ。幕府や諸藩の高い位についている人は私たちの存在を知ってるって言ったでしょ。松本先生は将軍校の御転医を務めていらっしゃった方だし、知り合うつてはいくらでもあるわ。
I see. What a small world, I'd muttered to myself. It comforted me somewhat, knowing I could summon her assistance if the time ever came when I'd need it.
それじゃあ私はこれで。また会いましょうね、千鶴ちゃん。
With that, Sen left us. After her departure, I glanced over at Sannan and Heisuke, whose expressions bordered on catatonic. An understandable reaction, to say the least. Surely they had still been processing Sen's somber news. Thank you for the host, lady!
決め手となる資料を見つけることはできませんでしたが、ある意味価値のある情報を得ることができましたね。
Sannan's words were chilling, and he spun around on his heel to turn his back to us before marching away. Sannan, where are you going?
先に帰らせてもらいます。これ以上得られるものはなさそうですし、少し考えをまとめたいですからね。
Without another word, Sannan hurried out of the building.
Thanks for the host, Narcissus.
Only Heisuke and I were left in the house. Sen's cautionary omen struggled to leave me.
羅刹として力を振るうたび、あるいは傷を治癒するたび、あなた方の命はどんどん削られていくわ。
Each usage came at the cost of another day, another week, or perhaps months of their lives. In the back of my mind, I only hoped that Heisuke hadn't taken the words too harshly. The thought made me nervous, scaring me into avoiding looking him in the eye. I stared nervously at the ground. Suddenly, I felt a soft hand rest itself upon my shoulder.
そんな顔すんなって。知りたくねえこともあったけど、いろいろ分かったし、一歩前進ってとこだろ。
But doesn't it scare you, Heisuke? If what she said was true, then soon you and Sannan will be...
そりゃまあ怖くねって言えば嘘になるけど、でもこの力がなければ俺とっくに死んじまってた人間だし、それにさ、力を使いすぎなければもう少し生きられるってことだろ。ならこの先力を使わなきゃいいだけの話じゃねえかなあ。
Heisuke's tone was hollow, giving me the impression that not even he believed the words he was saying. The threat of war looming in the horizon was no secret to either of us, and when that day came, Heisuke would have no choice but to use his powers.
Mouse! I know, I need to turn that off. I'll fix a couple of things during the break.
He would only be delaying the inevitable before his flesh turned to ash and was whisked away with the wind.
おい千鶴、元気出せって、ほら。
Oh, shit. Walkthrough time. Ah, hold on.
Mouse!
Okay, we're gonna save, because we do that before we make big decisions. I am not playing with a controller. I was for a little while, but it was having like weird lag, so. Alright.
Heisuke, you don't have to put up a front.
俺別に無理なんて。
Yes, you are. It's hard enough for me to see you feign a smile through all of this. I looked deeply into his eyes. Hidden behind his wide, bright eyes, I could see his confusion and anxiety festering, lurking underneath. There was no way he wouldn't have been afraid. Death was frightening enough, but having your death be premeditated was another prospect entirely. I know there isn't much I can do for you, but all I ask is that you be honest with me. If you're ever having a hard time, please let me know. The last thing I want is for you to feel like you have to act tough for my sake. So please.
千鶴。
Heisuke tepidly dug his teeth into his lips, offering a half-hearted smile once more. But then...
ありがとな。そんな風に言ってくれて。でも無理すんなって頼みだけは聞けねえよ。俺見えっ張りだからさ、無理でも強がりでもやっぱじゃなくて、お前の前だとどうしてもカッコつけたくなるんだ。
God damn it, Heisuke! I know, right, Truadero? What the heck? Oops.
Heisuke. Even when confronted with the sobering reality that he could die at any moment, he still forced a smile. But this smile resonated a little differently to the one he had shared with me only moments earlier. Perhaps he had accepted it with far more humility and goodwill than I was willing to give him credit for. You know, I just wish you'd let your guard down in front of me, but... You aren't gonna do so, are you?
そういうこと。それからお前何もできねえって言ってたけど、そんなことねえから。俺はお前がこうやってそばにいてくれるだけで十分嬉しいし、本当にありがとな。
Watching Heisuke express such animated praise for me made my heart sink a little heavier in my chest. The precarious circumstances he'd found himself in mattered little in comparison to how he may have interpreted my feelings were about the situation. A brisk, chilly wind befitting the end of the wintry season blew nimbly.
Nimbly? That's a slightly weird way of putting it, but sure. Blew nimbly outside of her old home.
お前寒くねえか？
Yeah, but I'm fine. It seems like the winter will be coming to an end soon. It's almost spring.
春か。去年の今頃って何してたっけ？
I think...
ああ、思い出した。伊藤さんたちと一緒に離隊したのがちょうど桜の時期だったっけ？たった1年前の話なんだよな。
Heisuke's eyes thinned and he let his gaze wander over towards the overcast sky. The memory of Heisuke's departure was one that I wasn't exactly eager to revisit. It shattered me to think that our farewell might have been the last time either of us would see or speak to one another ever again. And that wasn't all. Heisuke nearly died during the Aburano Koji incident, and it took the water of life to resurrect him as a fury. Would Heisuke live long enough to welcome another spring beside me? As I became aware of the morbid thoughts swirling tirelessly in my head, I shook my hands to distract myself.
どうした？
Huh? What do you mean?
いや、なんか落ち込んだ顔してたからさ。
Oh, well... Nothing. It's just... nothing. I'm just a little distracted is all. After everything that happened today, I'm still a little scatterbrained.
別にお前が悩むことじゃねえんだぞ。俺たちが羅刹になったのはお前のせいじゃねえし。
Heisuke might have seen it that way, but... it was my father that exposed this evil, the water of life, to the Shinsengumi all those years ago.
No worries, Tafter. The VOD will be here for you should you need it. Get some sleep. Take care. Thanks for joining us. We shall see you next time, perhaps.
So it wasn't as if it didn't concern me entirely.
さて、もうすぐ夜が明けちまうし、そろそろ豚書に戻るか。
Yeah, you're right. I took a last long look outside as the wind grazed my cheeks, and I prepared for the long trek back. Okay, ready to leave? You sure you didn't leave anything behind here? Heisuke?
いや、あのさ、今ちょっと考えたんだけど、さっき千姫が言ってたろ。羅刹は力を使い尽くせば灰になるって。
Yes, I believe so.
三男さんが羅刹になってからもう3年は経つはずだよな。それなのにあの人の体に異常が出てねえのはおかしいと思わねえか？
Now that you mention it. Sunnon had used ample opportunities to use his fury powers in battle throughout these last few years. Even going so far as to cross blades with Kazuma. And yet his body seems to have suffered none of the effects described by Sen, nor does he seem fatigued or affected by his bloodlust. Do you think that what Sen said was wrong?
それはどうかわからねえけど、実際吸血衝動の方は起きて。
Of course.
Heisuke cut himself short, and suddenly he was bent over, groaning in agony. Heisuke! What's wrong? From his forehead dripped thick beads of sweat, and Heisuke clasped his hands tightly around his throat. Hang on, I've seen this before. It must be...
そうすればなんとかってやつか。
I had one choice.
Let's see what the walkthrough says we should do. Apparently we gonna give him blood. So, you know.
Without a second to think, I unsheathed my kodachi and slid the cold, sharp blade across my wrist. I watched a hot stream of blood ooze slowly from the freshly split wound. Heisuke, drink my blood! I fought back the urge to focus on how much it stung, and I hastily offered my forearm to Heisuke. By this time, Heisuke had dropped to his knees and he ravenously grabbed a hold of the bloody arm. I felt a chilling sensation as his tongue made contact, followed by the warm pressure of his eager sucking. No, I'm okay. Just, please, drink as much as you need. Until you feel better, Heisuke. Suddenly, Heisuke's tongue started to lap along the length of where I'd made the incision. The wound was tender, and with each moist touch of Heisuke's tongue, I felt a sharp tingle. However, if this was what helped Heisuke get through these terrible symptoms, then all that mattered was that his thirst was quenched.
Hey, you wanted smooching. We apparently just went right past that. You're welcome.
The rhythm of his heavy breathing steadied with every deep gulp of blood he took, and I watched in fascination as drops of blood trickled gently from his soft cheeks. Eventually, sanity returned to his desperate eyes, and his pupils came back into focus from their dilation.
ごめんな、千鶴。
Hope y'all were thirsty, chat.
There's nothing to apologize for. My body heals cuts really quickly. If it does anything at all to soothe your pain, then that's all that matters to me.
そんな言い方するなよ。すぐ治ったって痛いもんは痛いだろ。
Heisuke looked disturbed by my attempt at reassuring him, but even so, I knew this to be one of the few things I could do for Heisuke in these trying times. But in the back of my head, I knew that telling this to him would only do him more harm.
So, we're gonna save, and we're gonna take a break. And I'm gonna fix my mouse and fix a couple other things and go get more tea. While all the rest of you drink up or do whatever you need to do to chill out after that scene. I told you they put all the, like, good stuff in here. There will be smoochings. Narcissus. Got a little warm in here, didn't it? Woo! No, actually, the way this one works is you just load it up and you choose the route you want to go through. So you could technically just play this game and not bother with the first one. But I don't really know why you would. They give you kind of a recap, but it's like, eh. Alright. Settings, I wanted to chest. Nope, good there. Good there. Okay. So, we'll be back in just a few moments. I am gonna go refresh my tea, stretch, do all that sort of things. I recommend you all do similarly. Fan yourselves if you must. And we'll be back. Hello again, friends. We're almost ready to come back. Have we all settled down after that delightful scene? Thanks, guys. Are we all still thirsty? I assume that CG might hit anytime we, shall we say, donate blood? And apparently the good ending walkthrough wants us to give him blood every single time. So... Alright. Let's come back. Anarsis, drink your water. What chapter are we currently on? We are just in the first chapter of the second game. We're now into Edo Blossoms. We finished up the first game, got the good ending there. The Shinsengumi have moved on to Edo because they lost the battle at Toba Fushimi. And now they're starting over in Edo. And the war rages on. So, it sure does feel a little weird to have a brand new encyclopedia despite the shit we've already learned. But this does bank on the assumption that maybe some crazy person bought it that did not play the first game. It's just a little strange to me because it was one game originally, so just kind of getting used to the shift. Percy has joined us. Percy is my cat for the uninitiated. He's a precious cinnamon roll, but kind of a troublemaker. Hi, babe. All right, let's do this. Not the Derolo. No, actually, it's funny because while Percy Derolo is absolutely my favorite character in the first Critical Role campaign, I got this cat before I started watching Critical Role. I named him Percival after the Arthurian knight. But it's a happy little coincidence. It wasn't really just the move to PC though. It was basically just all the added content kind of required them to break it into 2 games. Because I believe the PS Vita versions are also broken into 2 as well. Oh yeah, I had a cat that used to drink from the toilet as well. I was just like, man, that's gross. Don't do that. All right, we're returning. Well, I'm glad to have your approval. He has a brother as well, and I named him Tristan. because we needed to continue the Arthurian thing. I have a Maximus that was almost a Merlin, but Maximus won out. Ah, yes, Sir Gawain. I followed you back on the Twitters. We will have to talk Arthurian things someday. But meanwhile, back to the Edo period and the Boshin War, or what will become the Boshin War.
A few days later, to mitigate rising tensions from the Imperial Army, the Shinsengumi became the Koyo Regulatory Company, a rebrand to protect the group from needless provocation. This renaming came at the order of the former shogunate, along with an order to protect Kofu Castle. After a long absence, Kondo had finally returned to the compounds. While everyone geared up for the expedition to Kofu, the Fury Corp was ordered to remain behind as their recent actions had garnered some scrutiny. For many warriors, this expedition was their first ever opportunity to gain merit on the battlefield. However, for some of the veterans, this order only reminded them of the truth, that war was ugly and each expedition brought the threat of losing more allies. This was the first time our men had seen such a large-scale battle since the Battle of Toba Fushimi, a fact which brought me great anxiety.
Guess who didn't warm up? I'm also just vocally befuddled after 3 tabletop game sessions this weekend. I haven't had a lot of time to not be running my mouth. So I apologize if I flub some of the script here from time to time. Yeah, all in a row. Planescape from noon to 3. From dusk from 4-ish, 4:30 to 9. Lady Blackbird today from noonish to 4-ish. Whew! And tomorrow night I run my Magical Fury campaign. So, yeah, but the words are hard. Words. Word things. Let's read some more of them.
On one of the nights leading up to our departure, Hijikata summoned me to join the men in the hall, so I finished my chores and made my way there. As I walked closer to it, I heard the buzz of growing commotion on the other side of the sliding doors.
やっぱりこの格好変じゃね？すっげえぴったりして窮屈だし。
Was that Heisuke's voice? I wonder what could be suffocating him. Hijikata, this is Yukimura. May I come in?
Oh, 入れ。
Heisuke in a corset?
After verifying his approval, I slid the door open. To my surprise, it was something entirely unexpected.
お、千鶴、見てくれよこれ。やっぱりこの格好おかしいよな。
At first, I barely recognized the man standing in front of me. I gasped, dumbfounded by the sight.
おーい、千鶴、聞いてんのか？
Moonlighting as a host. I mean, look at this cutie. Right? Don't you just want to like fluff his hair?
I mean, his voice was Heisuke's, and his height was Heisuke's, but... Was this really Heisuke?
なんだよ、呆れられちまってるじゃねえか。やっぱりこれ変だって、土方さん。
ごちゃごちゃうるせえな。そんなもん一日もありゃ見慣れるだろうが。
そもそもなんでいきなり様相にしろなんて言い出したんだよ。今日にいた頃は散々上位上位って言ってた土方さんがさ。
Here you go, guys. We'll take a moment to appreciate them. I know, right? Look at Dad! Ah!
銃を扱うにはこっちの方が便利だからな。
それじゃ俺和装のままでもよかったんじゃね？曲げまで切られてすっげえかっこ悪くなっちまったみてえだしさ。
Oh, Heisuke, baby.
Heisuke glanced over at me indignantly, raising his voice at the visibly irritated Hijikata. Huh? Me? Oh, wait, no! I wasn't reacting that way because of what you're wearing.
本当かよ。驚いた顔のまま固まってたじゃねえか。
Well, I mean... Heisuke's new hairstyle flattered his features in a manner I was unused to seeing. It was so short. So I dare say charming.
なんか言ったか？
As I mistakenly blurted out my train of thought, Maya and Heisuke's eyes met, and instantly my cheeks started burning up. Nothing! You look very handsome. It felt like a lump formed in my throat, reducing whatever I wanted to say to incoherent babble. I averted his gaze, knowing my cheeks were rosy.
そっか。まあお前がそう言うならしばらくこの格好でいてもいいか。
筒袖の品定めは後にしろ。お前らを呼びつけた理由は別にあるんだからよ。
Time to get down to business, because Dad says so.
ああ、そういやそんなこと言ってたっけ。で、何なんだ要件って。
甲府での戦いについてだがな。もしかすると負け戦になるかもしれねえ。
A lost cause. Wait. Don't you think it's a little early to call? Especially considering you have yet to fight?
どんだけ戦力差があっても絶対勝てるなんてことはねえよ。負けた場合の備えを万全にしておきてってことだろ。
平助の言う通りだ。城を先に取ることができりゃ負けはねえはずだが、戦に絶対なんてことはねえからな。
Suddenly, the grim events of Toba Fushimi came flooding back to me, making the hairs on my arms stand. At the end of the battle, even with almost triple the manpower that was brought by the Sacho, the shogunate army was humiliated and forced to retreat. A fact I'd imagined that had not left Hijikata easily. Well, maybe if victory isn't assured, then it would be better for us not to fight in this battle.
戦で勝たねえ限り俺たちに上がり目はねえからな。このままじゃろくに戦わねえうちに幕府側が負けちまわねえとも限らね
え。なるほど。まあそうだよな。
負けるとしてもできるだけこっちの被害は軽くするつもりだ。お前らはその後の再起の支度をしておいてくれ。松本先生と協力してありったけの銃と銃弾を集めておくんだ。できるな。
あ、わかった。つうか土方さんってほんと転んでもただじゃ起きねえ人だよな。
Heisuke raised an excellent point. Ever since our defeat at Toba-Fushimi, Hijikata had gained a wiser head, a greater sense of cunning. He never seemed too optimistic nor too cynical. It seemed the bitter memory of Toba-Fushimi was enough to keep him on his toes, and it was reflected in his leadership. However, there was something I'd wondered. After a pause, I told Hijikata what was on my mind. Hijikata? Do you need me to join in the march to Kofu with all of you guys?
お前はここにいろ。さっきも言ったが、今回の戦には勝てねえかもしれねえ。ま、ここも安全とは言い切れねえがな。
I know. I hear you, Narcissus. It drives me a little nuts, too.
なんだよそれ。俺たちじゃこいつを守りきれねえってことか？ひでえこと言ってくれるよな。
別にお前の力を疑ってるわけじゃねえさ。近頃江戸市中に辻斬りが出るって噂があるんだ。
Murders?
それ俺も聞いたことあるぜ。夜出歩いてるやつが老若男女問わず殺される事件が立て続けに起こってるってんだろ。
Well, worth bearing in mind that this is actually a different game than what was on the PSP. This is technically a remake, quote unquote. So there was a lot of rewriting and additions and so on and so forth. I imagine they just retranslated it from the ground up.
ああ、俺も現場を見てきたが、ひでえもんだったぜ。仏さんは元の形がわからねえほどめった切りにされちまってるときた。今日にいた頃、似たような話を聞いたことはねえか。
ひょっとして三男さんの。
証拠はねえがな。
Back during our stint in Kyoto, Sannan, who led the Fury Corps, became notorious for slaughtering outlaw Ronin under the facade of pursuing justice during his nighttime patrols. Even slaughtering seems like a tame description, given that the victims were maimed and dismembered beyond recognition. A truly gruesome sight. But this time the victims aren't just Ronin outlaws, but civilians in Edo, right? I don't think Sannan would go that far.
証拠はねえって言っただろうが。だが万一の備えはしておくべきだろう。
I think Sannan would go that far. How about you guys?
今話したことは三男さんには絶対に言うんじゃねえぞ。
Well, of course.
平介、お前は留守中、三男さんから絶対に目を離さねえようにしろ。ついでに雪村のお守りもしとけ。いいな。
ああ、わかった。
Starting tomorrow, Heisuke, the Fury Corps, and myself were all expected to remain at headquarters. I hoped Hijikata's warnings were just that. Warnings. But hope could only take me so far, and the feeling of dread in my stomach showed no sign of stopping. I was alone in my room arranging my bedding on the night when everyone else had left for Kohu already. Footsteps creaked from the other side of my door. Whose footsteps could they have been? My curiosity began to get the better of me. I peeked my head out the door, and I walked down the hall in the direction of where I'd heard the steps. As I made my way outside of the compounds, I heard...
Chizuru, こっちだ!
Heisuke quietly waved me over to join him, and I scurried over to hide where he'd been sitting. Heisuke, what are you doing here?
羅刹隊の奴らの様子がおかしかったから先回りしてここに隠れてたんだ。
Wait, so those footsteps I heard earlier were from the men in the Fury Corp?
ああ、あいつらこれからどこかへ出かけるみてえだな。
What's Sannan up to?
部屋で書き物をしてたのを見たぜ。
Does that mean they're acting independently? Like maybe he had nothing to do with this?
どうかな。まだわからねえ。それよりあいつらが市中に出て何をするつもりなのかを確かめねえと。
I would assume they're doing murders.
ついてこい、千鶴。俺の後ろを離れるんじゃねえぞ。
Will do. Together, Heisuke and I covertly kept in close step with the gang of Furies leaving the compounds. After 10 minutes, we'd reached a stop when...
Well then.
A blood-curdling scream shrieked in the distance, followed by the grisly sound of flesh being split open. Oh no. It meant...
千鶴、急ぐぞ!
I sprinted after Heisuke, who'd burst into a run. By the time we arrived at the scene, it was too late. A lurid scattering of ripped flesh and limbs was sprawled across the blood-soaked street.
Well, that's a pleasant sound, isn't it?
Two ghastly Furies, clad in white hair and a thick coat of blood, sadistically stabbed into the bodies of corpses lying helplessly along the stained pathway. With each horrific jab of their swords came the repulsive splatter of blood upon their mad faces. Despite Hijikata's warning that the victims were often left disfigured beyond recognition, one thing was clear. They were not soldiers. They were ordinary people.
お前ら、本当に血をすするためだけに。
Also, seriously, like, this version of the game has, well, this and Kyoto Winds comprised together as a remake. They stepped up the music and the production, and, like, yikes, the sound effects are hella good. Van Heisuke? Oh boy, now we're doing vampire hunts. Yay!
不逞老士じゃない普通の町人を殺してやがったんだな。
I watched Heisuke's right fist tremble fiercely. I couldn't blame him.
I mean, yeah, like, he looks ready to hunt some vamps.
It was difficult to see his comrades resort to such abject depravity, becoming murderers to satiate their never-ending thirst for human blood. One of the Furies turned to face Heisuke, and his blood-stained lips curled into a warped smirk. Madness, it seemed, had consumed them, leaving no trace of sanity behind their red, glowing eyes. All that remained was a primal urge festering within them to kill and drink the blood of their targets.
もう血に狂っちまってるな。生かしておくわけにはいかね
With shaky hands, Heisuke unsheathed his sword, biting his lips nervously as he barked out at me.
え。しずる、物陰に隠れてろ。いいって言うまで出てくるんじゃねえぞ。
But Heisuke!
わかったな。
Heisuke's bark was fast approaching a bite, and I made myself hidden as he ordered me to. But would he really be okay?
Exactly, ladies. So, you know, some of these poor guys just have to go get their blood the old-fashioned way? They don't have cute demon girlfriends to help them out when they get thirsty, damn it.
Could he take on 2 of the Fury Court by himself? Men that up until today had eaten, slept, and served alongside him nobly as his allies?
I sure hope he can.
One of the Furies broke into a maniacal cackle. Then he leapt from the ground and lunged for Heisuke's throat. Heisuke nimbly evaded the Fury's strike, watching the path of its movements with relaxed ease. The Fury turned on its heel and slipped a little, giving Heisuke the perfect opportunity to make his move. Heisuke kicked at the ground and thrust his sword into the Fury's sternum, producing a gush of blood. The Fury yelped in pain and took a step back. It seemed Heisuke's blade hadn't pierced through any of its vital organs, so it still had the chance to heal. Before Heisuke could catch his breath,
Well, crazy number 2 looks like he could be pretty cute. Anyway. Oh no. Demon girl dating sites, what are you all doing in my chat?
the other Fury, who'd been waiting for the opportune moment to pounce, charged at Heisuke. Heisuke swung his sword to parry the incoming attack, but he hadn't caught it fast enough. The blade caught his shoulder, tearing a wide cut into his flesh that spewed a stream of blood into the air. Heisuke!
ダメだ、来るんじゃねえ。
Despite bleeding profusely from the wound in his shoulder, Heisuke threw wild slashes at the Fury.
Oh, lady. I mean...
どうってことねえさ。これぐらいの傷ならすぐ塞がっちまうから。
Just as Heisuke claimed, the blood trickling down his shoulder stopped, and it seemed the wound was beginning to seal itself. But should he really be using those powers?
Chorizo, I don't think he can control the healing part?
As Sen mentioned, each instance of healing had potentially sapped away his precious lifespan. To make matters worse,
この往生際が悪いぞ、てめえら。
In spite of his best efforts, Heisuke struggled to land a vital blow on either of the Furies, swinging aimlessly at the vicious pair. I noticed the fatigue begin to set in for Heisuke, which was only exacerbated by how frequently his opponents seemed to be regenerating their wounds. Maybe, just maybe. Just as it seemed the situation had turned dire.
一体何を遊んでいる？寸足らずの子犬といえど、この程度の相手に手こずるほどひ弱ではなかったはずだが。
That voice! When my mind registered whom it could have belonged to, the sight of a white blade glimmering spectacularly in the moonlight shined before my eyes. As the spectacle faded, the bloodshed continued. Cries of despair echoed eerily, one after the other. Each fury dropped to the floor, pools of blood forming under their stiff, lifeless bodies. There was no mistake. Few beings in this world were capable of subduing a pair of furies as effortlessly as was done here. Certainly not if they were human.
風間、天霧、お前らどうしてここに？
Oh hey! Looks like Kazuma got a new outfit too. Kazuma! I think the chat is like 50-50 on whether we love him or hate him. I am a fan, but I have the worst taste. I know this. And I don't deny that he's got a problematic personality. And a narcissist basically covered it. Yes. Nice voice, shit personality. That is correct.
江戸市中の動静を探るためこうして足を運んだまでです
が、あのまがい者どもは貴様ら新選組が飼っている連中だな。なぜ奴らが辻斬りを働いているのだ？貴様らの命令か？
そんな命令するわけねえだろ。俺はあいつらを追ってきたんだよ。
Heisuke shouted back, but Kazuma and Amagiri looked at him suspiciously.
江戸の町を騒がせている辻斬り事件は昨日今日始まったものではないと聞いています。
貴様は承知しておらぬとしても、あのまがい者の頭目、確か三男という名だったか。奴はこやつらが狼藉を働いていることを知っているのではない。ヤセの女鬼に免じて貴様らに手出しはせぬが、死に狂ったまがい者を野放しにしておくほど我々は寛容ではない。
あなた方はもともと今日の治安を守るという役目を仰せつかっていたはずです。血を得るため江戸の人々を殺めることがあなた方の本意なのかどうか、今一度考えてみては。
After saying their piece, both Kazuma and Amagiri vanished like mist into the darkness of the night.
Run off to London with Kazuma. I don't know if he's gonna leave Japan, to be quite honest.
分かってるよ、そんなことは。
Heisuke stared bitterly at the ground as he sheathed his sword back into its scabbard. How's your shoulder doing, Heisuke?
傷なら平気だよ。もう塞がっちまったから。それよりもさっき風間が言ってたことだけど。
Offhandedly. I know we're in visual novel land, but can you imagine the number of outfits these guys must go through? Because he just got hacked in the shoulder, which clearly means his shirt and vest just got wrecked. And yes, Rude, Chizuru is a demon. That was a, like, revelation that we got, I think, partway through the first game. And it's like 90% of the reason Kazuma even cares she exists at all, because, hey, he's a demon, she's a demon, they could have powerful demon babies. That's literally the only reason.
You mean the fact that Sannan is aware that his furies are butchering innocent people?
実際どうかはわからねえけど、三男さんって頭は回る人だからな。
Narcissus. Good band name. Good band name. But also, yes, clearly everybody in this setting, like, has multiple copies of their outfit. And Kazuma is indeed a choice, Rude. He was one of the original set from the original version of the game. They've apparently expanded his route significantly in this remake. I'm very interested to see what that means. Sexy vampire thirst CGs. Oh, chat, I love you guys.
羅刹隊の奴らがトンショを抜け出して辻斬りを働いてたことに今まで気づかなかったはずがねえんだ。
Then
とりあえずトンショに戻ったら本人に直接確かめてみよう。素直に答えてくれるかどうかはわからねえけどな。
Right. For now, we had to escape the scene before anyone could come around to pin the crime on us. What do we do with these bodies, Heisuke? A dim, melancholic expression formed on Heisuke's face.
ここに置いていくしかねえ。
And yes, Lin has it exactly covered. There was a moment where Sen explained all of that business about how dire the situation is with the demons, but Kazuma could probably approach that a little better.
大服を着てねえから町の人に新選組大使だってことを気づかれることはねえはずだ。
I see. In this moment, I recalled my first night in Kyoto when I had been cornered by that group of furies. Hijikata and the rest of the Shinsengumi men spoke nonchalantly, despite standing above the hair-raising display of corpses strewn across the alley.
Oh, don't worry, Narcissus. That will be addressed. Eventually.
I gathered the impression that the Shinsengumi had grown accustomed to this kind of nauseating sight, especially as seasoned warriors, but Heisuke was different, and it seemed like this grim reminder of mortality was enough to unsettle his already fragile state of mind. Watching his lips curl into a frown made me worry that his well-being was at risk. And there was something else too, I had wondered. Hey, Heisuke. I know earlier Kazuma was just taunting you, but why did you hesitate before killing that fury?
あれは油断してただけだよ。あいつら素早かったからな。
Heisuke blushed, turning his gaze away from me as if to prevent me from being able to read the truth in his eyes.
そんなことより、ほら、戻るぞ。
Without another word, Heisuke spun around and walked back in the direction of our headquarters. His actions did little to convince me that I was wrong. But we made our silent walk home together.
You make a good point, Narcissus. I actually don't remember, it's possible that they talk a lot more about it in the other routes. It's just been so long since I played, I don't remember. There's some shit going on with Kodo. You find out about it elsewhere. A samurai werewolf option. Oh, dang. I feel like a samurai werewolf option would be real appropriate for Shinpachi.
As soon as we'd arrived at the compounds, Heisuke immediately briefed Sunnan on the entire incident.
なるほど。羅刹隊の者が血を得るために辻斬りを働いていたと。うかつでしたね。彼らをもっと厳重に監視しておくべきでした。
Narcissus. Yeah, vampires for me too. Werewolves are cool though. I'm just not dog person.
三男さん、あんた本当に知らなかったのか？あんたほどの人があいつらがやってたことに気づかなかったなんてありえねえと思うんだけど。
Good job, Heisuke. Let's call this motherfucker out.
Heisuke's words were stern, making his point clear.
買いかぶりすぎですよ。私は神でも仏でもありませんからね。不意をつかれることもあります。
Sunnun's demeanor was cold and stoic. Whether his words were to be taken as truth or if they were intentionally misleading, I would have had no way of knowing.
話はそれだけですね。では、私はそろそろ失礼させてもらいますよ。
Oh. With that, Sannan stood and returned to his room.
ごまかされちまったな。まあ、真正面から聞いて答えてくれる人だとは思ってなかったけどさ。
So what are you going to do now? Luckily, the culprits behind those recent murders had already been dealt with. So if Sannan was telling the truth, we should have nothing to worry about.
三男さんを問い詰めるとしたら、言い逃れできねえよう現場を抑えるしかねえだろうな。
Oh shit. We're really gonna hunt a vampire, y'all.
But is that something we could actually do?
わからねえ。とりあえず土方さんが戻ってくるまでは三男さんから目を離さねえようにしようぜ。
Okay, understood.
さてと、もうすぐ夜も明けちまうし、そろそろ休むことにするか。さ、
Oops. No, I didn't mean to cut you off, Heisuke, baby. We're rewinding.
さてと、もうすぐ夜も明けちまうし、そろそろ休むことにするか。さすがに眠くなってきちまった。
Right. Please let me prepare your bedding for you.
あのさ、千鶴。
は？
ありがとな。三男さんのこととか、羅刹のこととか、多分俺一人じゃ抱えきれなかったと思う。
Oh, come on. There's no need to thank me. I'm more than happy to assist you. After assuring him I left Heisuke to sleep in his room, but my heart clung to his word of thanks, which sat warmly in my chest well into the start of a new day. Despite the predicament we were in, I felt very peaceful.
Hey now. She left the room though, man. She left the room. They don't even do any cuddling. It's lame.
After a few days of being unable to read, I'm going to try that line again. A few days after witnessing those murders in Edo, the suspicious activity seemed to have quieted down. Since that night, Sannan had been on his best behavior, never seeming to stray too far from the compounds. Knowing all of it could have been a ruse, however, we continued to monitor him discreetly.
I know, they're both doing it all wrong, damn it. We got hand-holding for, like, a little while.
While in the middle of preparing some of the dishes for supper, I snuck a cursory glance toward Sannan.
雪村君、私の顔に何かついていますか?
Yeah, you're creepy.
Oh, no! Nothing like that.
体があるわけでもないのに、男の顔をちらちらと覗き見るのは感心しませんね。
Dude! Hmm.
それとも何か気になることでもあるのでしょうか?
No, not really. I glanced over at Heisuke, hoping he would help me out of this awkward conversation.
こいつさ、きっと不安なんだよ。もしかしたら今日の飯が三男さんの口に合わねえんじゃねえかって。三男さんって舌が肥えてそうだろ。だからさ。
雪村くんが作る食事を口にするのはこれが初めてではありませんが。
まあそれはそうだけどさ。
Heisuke's super bad at lying.
Heisuke was doing his best to come up with a plausible excuse on the spot, but by virtue of either terrible improvisational skills or the pressure of standing up to Sannan's intense scrutiny, Heisuke found it difficult to convince Sannan.
まあいいでしょう。それではいただきます。
Same here. Before all of the other soldiers had departed for Kofu, the dining room was normally a lively scene, full of hungry warriors antsy after a long day of training. Eating dinner with everyone absent, save for myself, Heisuke, and Sannan, was silent to an unsettling degree.
Okay, that literally seems like the worst dinner situation ever. Can we just go, like, with Heisuke and eat in another room and let Sannan, like, eat by himself, please?
Hmm. 腕を上げましたね、雪村くん。
Huh?
この菜の花のごま和えですよ。絶品です。
Yeah? Wow, thank you.
すっげえうまい。新八さんも佐野さんも残念だったよな。こんなにうまいものを食えねえんだから。甲府に行ったみんなはちゃんと飯食ってんのかな。
Heisuke. As Hijikata mentioned in his last conversation with both Heisuke and myself, victory was not assured, and the campaign itself was becoming a bleak prospect to all those in charge.
Third wheel Nosferatu? Yeah, no shit.
心配はいりませんよ。土方くんはそういった手回しが得意ですからね。
まあそうだよな。あの人そういうところは手抜かりないし。今回は近藤さんが指揮を取るらしいから、 負け戦なんてさせるわけねえよな。千鶴、ご飯のおかわりいいか？
Ugh, does my heart good every time we hear him actually say Chizuru.
Of course. Please give me a second. I'll get some for you right away. I stood up and walked to the container of rice and I scooped a large portion into his bowl. Having him enjoy his dinner enough to ask for seconds made all of the effort I'd put in the kitchen worth it. Here you go. There are plenty of servings left, so please don't hold back.
お、ありがとよ。
Heisuke lifted his chopsticks to fill his mouth with a fresh serving of rice, but then he stopped himself. It was sudden, as if he'd remembered something urgent. What's the matter?
いや、こうやって飯だけで腹を満たすことができれば楽なのになって思ってさ。
Oh.
あ、ごめん。別に変な意味はねえんだ。
No, I'm the one who should apologize. I'm sorry if my question made things a little weird. The awkward silence in the room was deafening. And just as we craved something to break it,
ごちそうさまです。私はそろそろ失礼しますよ。
oh, so soon? There's more food if you like.
さすがにこれ以上は食べられませんよ。私は食が細いもので。
Sunnon gathered his dishes delicately and stood up from his seat. Oh, please leave it there. I'll be collecting and washing them later anyway, so right there is fine.
いえ、これくらいなら自分でできますよ。君はゆっくりくつろいでいてください。他の大使がいるところだと何かと気詰まりでしょうからね。お互いに。
Sunnon left the conversation at that, punctuating his point with a quiet exit from the room.
Yeah, rice and gyoza sounds amazing. Ugh.
As soon as his footsteps were out of earshot, I turned to Heisuke and whispered to him. Sunnon didn't seem to act any differently.
まあ、あの人は物事に動じねえたちだしな。俺たちが疑ってることも多分見抜いてるだろうし。
You think?
Right.
さてと、ごちそうさま。俺全片付けてくる。
Oh, no, let me. Why don't you get some sleep, Heisuke?
いいって。三男さんの様子を見てくるついでだし。お前はここで待っててくれ。よし。
Heisuke picked up a stack of plates and he left the dining room. I sat there patiently, twirling my hair playfully with my fingers, before Heisuke returned to me. Welcome back. So, what was Sunnon up to?
何か資料みたいなものを読んでたぜ。多分行動さんのところで見つけたやつじゃないかな。
I see. You think that'll be enough to occupy him from going out tonight? Whether or not Sunnon had a hand in the Fury's murdering spree in Edo was something yet to be determined, but we could take solace that there would not be any murders tonight, assuming he was as busy within the headquarters as we'd expected.
どうだろうな。警戒しておくに越したことはねえんじゃねえ。
You have a point. Both of us let the subject of the conversation sink in, and from there a silence awkwardly hovered between us. The only sound around us was the busy chirp of insects. With more humidity and warmth came an influx of insects seeking refuge throughout our compound's vicinity.
なあ。
Huh? What is it, Heisuke?
お前こっちに戻ってきてからどこかに出かけたか？
No, not really. In fact, I think the only chance I've had to leave the compounds was joining you and Sannan to my home.
なんだよ、久しぶりの故郷なんだし、いろいろ見に行ってくればいいじゃないか。
But what is there to do?
この間瓦版で読んだんだけどさ、浅草の花屋敷ってとこすげえらしいぞ。花がいっぱいあるんだってさ。お前そういうの好きだろ？
Yes, I am quite fond of flowers, actually.
浅草なら近くに芝居小屋もあるし、大使の誰かに頼んで連れてってもらえばいいんじゃね？
Narcissus. So frustrating. Goo.
Sure, that sounds lovely and all, but why do I have to ask one of our other warriors? Why can't you take me, Heisuke?
俺は
Heisuke's wide, tender eyes suddenly turned forlorn. After a moment, he laughed self-derisively.
バカだな。行けるわけねえだろ。俺夜しか出歩けねえし。
Narcissus, I'm sorry. Is this stressing you out?
Heisuke. What words of comfort could I offer him?
I think we probably know the answer, but I'm checking the walkthrough. Saving the game. Yeah, Hakuoki does that.
The only person I'd go with is you, Heisuke.
Oh, Grim, welcome back. Everybody got an outfit change. The Hanakyashiki? Okay, I had to test that word or I was gonna completely fuck it up.
The Hanakyashiki, the theater. None of that would be as fun with anyone else. There's no way I'd allow myself to partake in all of that fun knowing you'd be back at the compounds by yourself.
千鶴、そんなこと言ったってどうしようもねえだろ。俺だってお前と一緒に。
Heisuke immediately stopped himself mid-sentence, his voice trailing off before staring at the ground.
いや、なんでもね。
Not, never mind. Gah!
His tone became cold and he tightened his fist. This conversation must have struck a nerve, and it seemed Heisuke hadn't wanted it to continue.
I mean, I already knew what I was getting into, but geez.
Yet again, the room became silent, apart from the insects chirping outside of the dining room's window.
俺さ、あと何回こうやって夜を過ごすことができるんだろうな。
Heisuke possessed an innocence that was slowly giving way to the burden of his gloomy predicament. Back then, he was so warm and jovial. All of that was beginning to slip away, which only tugged at my heartstrings with each passing day. I'm sure there are so many. Just look at Sannan. It's been 3 years since he's become a fury. And he's doing just fine. Even if they say that using your powers shortens your lifespan, then maybe it won't shorten it as much as you think, Heisuke.
そうだといいけどな。
At last he seemed to relax, and his lips curled into a timid grin. I wasn't sure if Heisuke was genuinely accepting my optimistic outlook or just humoring me. I wanted so badly for him to understand, but I acknowledged that all I could offer him were shallow words of encouragement. No matter how hard I tried, the source of his anguish was foreign to me. I gazed longingly at the stars scattered across the view from the window, and I made a wish. Please don't let this night end so soon. The sun, the battlefield, or the passage of time itself. I just wished that the things that took Heisuke away from me were no longer an issue, that life would start to give more often than it would take.
Hey, we're into chapter 2. Grape Kit Kats? Oh yeah, Japan loves their weird flavored Kit Kats. It's like a cult thing there. And bear with me for a hot second, friends. I'm gonna turn off my stupid Steam thing. Ignore the timer. I'm still here. I'm just fixing that. Okay, there we go. No actual timer, I was just fixing the stupid Steam notifications that kept popping up since they updated their UI. I should save. It's been a while. I'm also going to pause and drink some water because my throat is feeling a little tired. Let's all rest for a moment and hydrate. Check on Heisuke. Look at our sweet Bab. Oh gosh. Yeah, the corruption meter is here now. That's how we get bad endings, friends. I really like what they've done with the UI, though. The original one, the corruption meter, was literally just a meter. I'm going to assume that this fills up or drains. And it looks like maybe the tree will probably bloom as this goes. That is very cute and clever. I wish I had some screenshots of the original. But since it was PSP, that's kind of hard to snag. But it'd be so cool to compare. And I think you're right, Anarsis, because in some cases, they don't actually hit their corruption until practically near the end. Or I should say, they don't turn into a fury until practically near the end. So Heisuke is definitely one of the ones who turns earliest, I believe, if memory serves me correctly.
Over 3 months passed since we'd welcomed spring, and the only communication we'd received was a single letter. The Shinsengumi, it read, had suffered an embarrassing defeat against the Imperial Army at Kofu Castle. Later on, this information had proved to be false, as the battle's verdict was yet to be determined. However, Hijikata made it clear to us that they were facing insurmountable odds, and the conditions for victory were becoming increasingly unfavorable. We held our breaths, nervously waiting for any word of the safe return of our friends and comrades. Until finally, we had our answer.
ようやく着いたか。
Bro Squad! Check out their new outfits. I must say, Western clothing does wonderful things for Sano. But also, like, don't you just love that Shinpachi has basically got it unbuttoned to the fucking waist? Sun's out, pecs out. That's his motto.
今回ばかりはさすがに死ぬかと思ったぜ。
新八さん、佐野さん、無事だったんだな。ああ、見ての通りだぜ。
Wait, is it just the two of you who've returned? Where are the rest of the men?
撤退するときバラバラになっちまったな。他の大使連中もそのうち戻ってくるはずだぜ。生きてりゃな。ってことはやっぱり戦には
全部近藤さんがいけねえんだよ。あの人がいなきゃ負け戦にはならなかったはずなのにな。
俺も新八と同じ意見だ。今回ばかりはさすがに頭抱えちまったぜ。
Both Nagakura and Harada returned with angered spirits, visibly disturbed by what transpired. I could only imagine what happened in Kofu.
平助、土方さんはもう戻ってきてるのか？まだだけど、甲府で何があったのか一応三男さんに知らせておいた方がいいんじゃないかな。三男さんも戦のことは気になってるはずだから。だな。そうするか。
Nagakura and Harada both slumped, sighing in unison as we made our way to Sannan's study.
なるほど。状況はよくわかりました。
Hi, Danny! Welcome! Everybody's got new outfits. Except Sanan.
The events of Kofu were recounted in painstakingly elaborate detail by both Harada and Nagakura. Their side of the story, to our surprise, described a scene far worse than Hijikata originally anticipated. Kondo insisted on spending a prolonged period of time in Hino, his hometown, delaying their convoy's arrival to Kofu Castle. As a result, the Imperial Army beat our troops there and swept through the site, fortifying the castle before our men were anywhere near the battlefield. If this hadn't presented enough of a disadvantage, the Satsuma Choshu utilized the same weaponry that had handily crushed our forces at Toba Fushimi. Realizing that they may have been marching straight to their deaths, Nagakura and Harada pleaded with Kondo to order a mass retreat. However, Kondo flat out refused, confusing their concern with cynicism. This act of negligence came at the most heinous of costs, leading to the deaths of hundreds of our men serving with his ill-advised command.
もうあの人とはやっていけねえよ。近藤さんは大将の器じゃねえ。
ああ、あの調子で指揮を取られたんじゃ命がいくつあっても足りねえぜ。
Kondo is the one who gave garbage orders in this battle.
別に新選組にいなきゃ薩長と戦えねえってわけでもねえしな。
Both Heisuke and I looked at one another in surprise as soon as Nagakura said that. Surely Nagakura